Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Syafa Azwan. My ID number is 2016 403 752. I would like to present a public-private partnership in Malaysia in development countries, and I will focus at the plus Perhat. Plus Perhat. Okay, let's start. First, I will go to the introduction. What is a public-private partnership, or PPP? So a partnership between PPP or public-private partnership is a partnership between the public sector and the private sector, and it's already established in 1690s and also known as PPP or 3Ps in the form of a cooperation between the public and the private sector, which establish, fund and operate an independent private sector entity as a package that include the management, maintenance, repair of the building, infrastructure, and the public facilities. Here is an example of the PPP project, which is UiTM Seremban 3, where this campus built by private sector, and then the maintenance also we provide from the private company. And in return, government need to pay a rent about 1 million per month. And next is the West Coast Highway. They have a road between Selangor to the Penang, but we got a old road, a lot of traffic congestion, and we take a very long time. But one private company have award to build a highway in West Coast Highway. Next example is Penang Second Bridge. We already have a first bridge, but the the traffic is very congested over there. So government plan to build another bridge and open the tender to private company. So that's happened. The Penang Second Bridge. And the last example I put here is the one Razak mentioned. This is actually the PPR project already built before, already very the condition is very poor. So government with a private company uh, rebuild again the one Razak mentioned, and the maintenance is done public by the private company. So in return, they need to pay the maintenance fee, and also the unit is at least for 99 years. Okay, next, we will take a look about the difference between conventional privatization and private finance initiative. Conventional, what I mean here is what actually before the PPP implement. So the procurement funded directly through the government budget, the money is there, and then we need the immediate. This the budget will immediate impact to the government, and the risk is taken entirely by government, and also it extensive public sector involvement in each stage of the project implement and maintenance throughout life of project. Um, may have a relationship with a private contractor, but in a short term only, and this is only suitable for the high socio-economic return project justified and strategic consideration, such as a hospital. So what is PFI? PFI, the Private Finance Initiative, the funding of the private financial resource without government guarantee. Impact on a government budget is spread over the duration of the concession period. Risk of allocate to parties which can manage them most efficiently. Public sector involvement is through enforcement of a pre-agreed KPIs. Relationship with a private contractor is long-term over the entire project life, and is suitable for project with commercial viability. And lastly, take a look about the privatization. The funding through the private financial resource without the government guarantee, no impact on the government budget. Risks are entirely borne by the private sector. Government acts as a regulator only. A relationship with the private contractor is a long term over the entire project life, and this is also suitable project which are commercial viability. So we continue with the background of Plus Malaysia Berhad. Plus Malaysia Berhad or PMB was incorporated on 29 on November 2010, and it involved in investment audit on the 29th November 2011. Plus complete the acquisition of the Plus Express Berhad (PEB) asset and liabilities. Then PMB became the holding company of the Project Lebuh Raya Utara Selatan, Expressway Lingkaran Tengah (ELIT), link kedua, and Konsortium Lebuh Raya Batu Tulen (KLBK). Trust Technologies Berhad. This is a company who responsibility for touch and go, plus helicopter service, and the subtitle holder of the CAP. So in addition, PMB also acquired a Penang Bridge Sdn Bhd from UEM with the and as part of the corporate exercise, Project Lebuh Raya Bersama Berhad Plus, own a subsidiary of PMB, was incorporated on 27 July 2011 to undertake the consolidation of all highway consensus required under a single entity. So they combine of 5 highway in one company, and it became the largest toll express operator in Malaysia and one of the largest in Southeast Asia and the 8th largest in the world. So before we go any further, let me explain about the toll system. It's divided by two, which is an open and a closed system. Open system is user only pay at a certain toll plaza with the open range for a fixed amount, like LDP, Lebuh Raya, Damansara, Puchong. When we enter the Lebuh Raya, Damansara, Puchong, we will pay about RM2.50 for normal vehicle. And then we can exit anywhere along the highway without pay anything. For the closed system, user will collect the toll ticket in previous practice, and then before we need to take the ticket before and when entering the toll, and then when we need to exit the highway, we need to show the ticket, so the operator will calculate based on the kilometer we use, how much we need to pay. And then when come the electronic system, which is a new current practice, and the ticket is no longer exist, touch and go and they will detect where we start enter the highway, and then it automatically will deduct when we exit the highway. So let's go to the issue. I divide by 3 main issue here. The first issue is the increase of the toll rate. The increasing the toll rate is a very huge burden for the public because and for those who use the highway daily basis, any increase of the toll will make their budget. They will make your budget. They will make the budget. What we say, they need to put some money to their daily budget. And then the second issue is the touch and go system. The issue for the touch and go system is they not have a lot of kiosk machine to reload the physical card. We can continue reload to other place such as petrol pump store, but we will be charging about 50 cents per transaction. And the option for the reload is very limited, only available for 10 ringgit, 20 ringgit, 50 ringgit, and and 100 ringgit. So let's say if you want to reload about 30 ringgit, you need to make a two transaction. So at the end, you only get 29 ringgit because 1 ringgit will be deducted for the service charges. And also about the touch and go, um, Plus Berhad do uh, Plus Berhad also do uh, develop the e-wallet touch and go system, but then the e-wallet touch and go system only can show the real physical card balance, but unable to reload the card. So this is very confusing for the user. And lastly, the issue I would like to highlight about Plus Berhad is a traffic congestion. Uh, from the Melaka to the Kuala Lumpur, they have a 3-lane highway, but at a certain area, they only have 2-lane expressway, such as from Aikeroh to Johor Bahru and Tanjung Malim to the northern. So when only have a 2-lane, the traffic is very high over there, especially on the weekend or the public holiday. The it become increasingly closed, and during the festive season, such as Chinese New Year, Hari Raya, Christmas, or Deepavali, the same issue happen. And also, sometimes during weekdays, they also have a traffic jam because the road repair activity in during the peak time is very ridiculous. Okay, next, what the government initiative about the three issue? For the first issue, new government, the Pakatan Harapan, before this, already revised the concession agreement, and they agreed to reduce 18% and also make an agreement which Plus Berhad. There are no toll rate rise until 2058. This is a win-win situation where Plus Berhad also extend their agreement for another 20 years. And for the second issue, actually, for me, government can enact an act to prevent a 50 service, like a reload card for the telecommunication. Before this, we need to be charged by 55%. But after uh, show their angry about that charges, government can actually prevent these charges to the public. The government also can, for me, can pressure the Plus Berhad to add more kiosk machine, because kiosk machine they have no service charge. So can ask the Plus Berhad to improve their e-wallet system so people can start reload the touch and go card using the e-wallet. For the third issue, government also can sit down with a Plus Berhad and plan for the third lane, but without burden the public. Means no toll rate hike, but provide the additional lane. And also during the festive season or weekdays, maybe weekday cannot, but during the festive season, government already implement the campaign of ban on heavy vehicle 1 or 2 days before the Hari Raya, Chinese New Year, and then so with this campaign, heavy vehicles such as lorry for construction is not allowed to use the highway, so that we can prevent the highway from jam. So for conclusion, private partnership, public-private partnership help a government to ease the burden to provide the facility and infrastructure for the public. Which this partnership is enable government to divert to another significant socio-economic sector by improving government investment. Private sector usually deliver completion project on time or early from the deadline. So when we, for example, government want to build a hospital, before the general election, they promised to build the hospital in this area. But after win the election, the project is still not running. Until the next general election, they, they recycle the promise, and then this happen about will be take 2 or 3 general election to complete the project. But when we give the project to the uh, private sector, they will try their best to complete the project because they only can earn after the project complete. So next point is return of investment. Public-private partnership will be greater than project with conventional type. Also, which public-private partnership also is open a new business and opportunity for the private company and also for the public. Like, infrastructure of service delivered could be more expensive. This is a bronze cost for the PPP. And then PPP project public sector payment obligation postponed for the later period can negatively reflect future public sector physical indicator. PPP service procurement procedure is longer and more costly in comparison with traditional public procurement. PPP project agreement are long-term, complicated, and comparatively inflexible because of impossibility to envisage and evaluate all particular events that could influence the future activity. So this is my reference.